They don't want you to notice this. Every time you walk into a store, there are hidden tricks designed to influence what you buy, how much you spend, and how long you stay. From pricing illusions to store layouts to limited time tactics, these secrets are happening right in front of you. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. Watch until the end. The last one changes how you shop forever. Number 20 starts with the floor beneath your feet. Most stores are designed like a maze, guiding you through a racetrack or serpentine path that forces you to pass by as many products as possible. It's not random. Retailers use heat maps and footfall studies to track where you walk and how long you linger. Staples like milk or bread are placed at the very back, so you're pulled through every aisle, exposed to dozens of tempting displays you never planned to see. The longer you stay, the more you're likely to buy. Even your first right turn is engineered. 90% of shoppers make it without thinking. If you want to outsmart the system, head straight for what you need and skip the loop. Recognize the path and you take back control. Number 19 puts your attention right where stores want it, at eye level. When you scan a shelf, your eyes land on the products placed exactly at adult eye height, and that is no accident. These prime spots are reserved for the brands that pay the most for visibility or for the items with the highest profit margins. Studies show that products at eye level outsell those on higher or lower shelves by a wide margin, sometimes doubling their sales velocity. Cheaper or generic options are often pushed to the bottom or top, practically hidden from your first glance. If you want to beat this system, break the habit, look up, look down, and scan every shelf. The best deals are rarely front and center. They are tucked just out of your usual line of sight. Number 18 pulls you straight to the power aisles and end caps, the high visibility displays that seem impossible to ignore. Every time you spot a tower of snacks or a pyramid of soda at the end of an aisle, you are walking into a sales trap. These prime spots are not just for decoration, they are designed to catch your eye and trigger unplanned grabs. Retail data shows that products on end caps can triple their sales compared to those buried on regular shelves. Stores rotate these promotions every week, keeping the bait fresh and your curiosity piqued. But here is the twist. What looks like a hot deal is often just a regular item in a flashy spot, sometimes at a higher price than you would find a few steps away. If you want to beat the system, always check the price and compare before tossing that end cap bargain into your cart. Number 17 targets your final moments in the store right at the checkout. As you wait to pay, you are surrounded by racks of candy, batteries, and travel-sized gadgets, all chosen to tempt you when your guard is lowest. This is no accident. Retailers know that after navigating aisles and making dozens of choices, your willpower is drained. Basket analysis studies show these last-second grabs can raise your total spend by 10 to 30%. Self-checkout islands are now packed with the same quick grab items, banking on you tossing in one more thing while you scan. The real trick is these products often have bright price labels or limited time tags to nudge you over the edge. If you want to keep your budget in check, make a habit of ignoring the checkout zone. Get in, pay, and get out before another impulse lands in your bag. Number 16 exposes the truth behind those flashy sale tags you spot on store shelves. That bright red label screaming 20% off might not mean what you think. In many cases, there is no original price listed, just a % off claim hanging in the air. Consumer watchdog audits have found that some stores use these ambiguous tags to create a sense of urgency without ever telling you what the real starting price was. You might assume you are saving big, but without a clear reference point, it is impossible to know if you are actually getting a deal or just falling for a marketing illusion. Before you grab that so-called bargain, check the unit price or scan for the original price. Do not let a mysterious discount sign decide what you spend. The smartest shoppers always verify before they buy. Number 15 slips right under your nose every time you read a price tag. That $9.99 is not just a penny less than $10. It is a psychological trap called charm pricing. Your brain locks onto the leftmost digit, So $9.99 feels like $9, not $10, even though the difference is almost nothing. In field experiments by Thomas and Morwitz and by Schindler and Kabarian, switching prices to end in 9 boosted sales by 8 to 30%. Catalogs, grocery stores, and online shops all use this trick, counting on you to ignore those final cents. The next time you see a price ending in 99 cents, pause and round up in your head. That tiny shift can break the spell, putting you back in control of what you are really spending. Number 14 reveals how stores use anchoring to quietly set the stage for your decisions. The first price you see, whether it is a luxury handbag priced at $399 or a TV marked down from $1,200, becomes your mental benchmark for value. Psychologists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman proved this in 1974. When people were primed with a high number, their willingness to pay jumped nearly 30%. Retailers know that by showing you an expensive option first, everything else suddenly feels like a bargain, even if it is still overpriced. Those compare at signs and stratospheric menu starters are not there for your benefit. They are there to shift your expectations before you even start shopping. If you want to dodge this trick, set your own reference price before you walk in. The anchor you choose is the only one that matters. Number 13 hides a trick right in the middle of your choices, decoy pricing, also called the asymmetric dominance effect. Imagine you are picking between a basic popcorn for $3 and a jumbo for $7. Suddenly a third option appears, a medium for $6.50, but it is barely bigger than the small one. That oddball is not meant to sell. It is there to make the jumbo seem like a much better deal. In classic experiments by Huber, Payne, and Puto, adding a decoy like this boosted the share, choosing the target from 36 to 57%. Stores use this move to nudge you toward pricier products by making the upgrade feel like a no-brainer. Before you fall for it, pause and ask, do I really need that extra feature, or am I just reacting to the setup? Decoy pricing works because it manipulates how you judge value, not what you actually need. Number 12 exposes the real cost of those tempting bundle deals, like buy one, get one half off, or 3 for $10. These offers are not about generosity. They are calculated moves to get you to spend more per visit. Retailers know that when you see a multi-buy offer, you are likely to buy more than you planned, even if you do not really need the extras. Studies show that bundling and tiered pricing can raise a store's average order value by up to 10%. But here's the catch. The per unit price in a bundle is often higher than if you just bought a single item on sale. The math is quick. Divide the total price by the number of items and compare it to the standard price. Once you see the real numbers, you will know whether that bundle is a bargain or just another volume trap. Number 11 exposes the real motive behind those jaw-dropping deals you spot in weekly ads, the loss leader trap. That heavily discounted rotisserie chicken or gallon of milk is not just a generous offer, it is bait. Stores willingly take a hit, selling these headline items at or even below cost, knowing you will walk in for the bargain and leave with a basket full of higher margin extras. Data from basket margin analyses show retailers recoup their losses and then some through snacks, drinks, and brand name add-ons that quietly pad the bill. The real profit comes from everything you did not plan to buy, not the deal you came for. The best defense? Stick to your list and grab only the advertised bargain. If you plan your trip around the loss leader and ignore the temptations along the way, you break the cycle and keep the savings for yourself. Number 10 pulls back the curtain on private label mimicry. You might think you are grabbing your favorite national brand, but take a closer look. Store brands are designed to look nearly identical, from the color scheme to the font on the box. This is not just about saving you money. Private label products can deliver 25 to 40% higher profit margins for the store, and that is why they are shelved right next to the big names, often at eye level. The packaging is meant to blur the line, nudging you to swap without noticing. But there is a catch. Ingredients and quality can vary, and sometimes the price per ounce is not the bargain it seems. If you want to break the spell, check the ingredient list and the unit price before you buy. Don't let the look-alike packaging decide for you. Choose with your eyes open. Number 9 pulls you into a world built on mood. The moment you step inside, the music, lighting, and even the scent in the air are engineered to change how you shop. Slow, mellow music is not just background noise, it is a deliberate cue. In Milliman's supermarket study, shoppers lingered 38% longer and spent 17% more when the playlist slowed down. Soft lighting and a hint of floral scent, as Spangenberg found, can nudge your perception of quality up by 10%, making you more likely to buy. Every sensory detail is tuned to keep you relaxed, open your wallet, and stretch your time in the aisles. It feels effortless, but it is a silent script written for your senses. If you want to break the spell, notice the soundtrack, the lighting, the air, recognize the mood, and you reclaim the pace of your own shopping. Number 8 turns your attention to something you touch but rarely question: the size of your shopping cart or basket. When you grab a cart that's twice as big as you really need, your brain quietly recalibrates what counts as a full trip. Retail field studies show that doubling cart size can raise your total spend by as much as 40%. It's a subtle nudge. Empty space feels uncomfortable, so you keep adding items to fill the gap. Even small changes, like switching from a handheld basket to a rolling cart, can push you to buy more than planned. If you want to outsmart this trick, set a cash limit or stick to a small basket whenever possible. The less room you give yourself, the less likely you are to fall for the silent pressure to fill it up. Number 7 throws you into the race against the clock. Those flashing countdown timers and limited time only banners are not just decoration, they are psychological triggers crafted to make you feel like you will miss out if you do not act now. In the classic Wurtzel scarcity study, cookies in a nearly empty jar were rated twice as desirable as those in a full jar, simply because they seemed scarce. Retailers know this. When a timer ticks down or a sale that says it ends in 10 minutes appears, your brain shifts into urgency mode and immediate purchases spike. But here is the secret weapon. Pause for 10 minutes before you buy. That single habit cuts the scarcity effect in half, breaking the spell and giving you back control. The next time a countdown clock tries to rush your decision, remember, the real deadline is yours to set. Number 6 exposes the psychology behind loyalty programs, a system that feels like a reward but doubles as a data trap. Every time you scan your card or enter your phone number, you are not just earning points, you are handing over a detailed map of your shopping habits. Retailers track what you buy, how often you return, and even how much you are likely to spend over your lifetime. Studies show that loyalty members shop more frequently and spend up to 220% more each year, driven by carefully designed dopamine loops and status perks. But there is a trade-off. All that data is used to target you with personalized offers, shape future pricing, and sometimes even sold to partners. If you want the perks without the strings, consider using guest checkout or limiting the information you share. The real reward is not just a free coffee, it is knowing how the game is played. Number 5 uncovers a pricing trick that hides in the gap between your phone, your laptop, and the shelf right in front of you. The price you see on an app is not always the same as the one online or the one taped to a product in store. Retailers know most shoppers never check all 3, so they quietly shift prices by channel, region, or even device. Consumer watchdog audits have caught price swings of several dollars on identical items, sometimes driven by local competition, sometimes by the day of the week. In Canada and the UK, prices match up over 90% of the time, but in the US, that number drops below 70%. The real secret is this. The only way to catch these differences is to cross-check every channel and take screenshots as proof. Next time you shop, arm yourself. Compare, screenshot, and demand the lowest price you can prove. Number 4, hides the real math right under your nose. When you scan a shelf, you'll spot price tags shouting out the total price, but the real value is buried in tiny print, the unit price per ounce, per sheet, or per count. Stores know that if you can't compare apples to apples, you'll fall for the bigger box or the flashy sale. Lab studies show that clear unit pricing helps shoppers pick the better deal nearly twice as often. But when those labels are missing or confusing, even savvy buyers get tripped up. The Federal Trade Commission has pushed for transparent unit pricing, but loopholes remain, especially in bundled or oddly sized packages. Here's the trick. Always search for the unit price first, even if you have to squint. That quick scan cuts through the confusion and puts the real numbers back in your hands. Number 3 exposes the illusion behind those slashed price tags, and dramatic was now deals. When you see a product marked down from a sky-high original price, it feels like you have stumbled onto a bargain. But here is the reality. Many of those reference prices are pure fiction, set artificially high just to make any discount look irresistible. Retailers know that the bigger the gap, the more urgent the deal feels. In a Paperstone A versus B test, simply showing a compare at price lifted add to cart rates by 11%. That is not a small bump, it is a direct result of your brain anchoring to the inflated was price, even if no one ever paid it. The trick works best when you do not check the product's actual price history. Want to turn the tables? Use a price tracker app before you buy. If the so-called deal is not real, you will see it instantly, and your wallet will thank you. Number 2 reveals how stores manufacture urgency using a trick from the psychology playbook: social proof displays and staged scarcity. When you spot a tag that screams "only 3 left" or see a line forming at a display, it's no accident. It's a calculated move to trigger your herd instinct. Retailers know that when something looks popular or in short supply, your brain shifts into conformity mode, a principle proven by Cialdini's classic experiments. Field studies show that bestseller badges and fake low stock warnings can double the odds you'll pick that item, even if the shelves in the back are fully stocked. Sometimes the queue itself is staged with staff or planted shoppers to spark a rush. The real power of this tactic is how invisible it feels. Your decision seems natural, but it's been engineered from the start. The next time you see a low stock sign, pause and ask a staff member to check the inventory. Most of the time, the scarcity is just an illusion. And finally, in first place, your price is not just set when you shop online, it is calculated for you in real time based on your data. Retailers track your browsing, purchase history, even your device, and then feed that information into powerful algorithms that quietly adjust prices from one shopper to the next. In a landmark study, researchers found price differences of up to 40% for the same product, depending on who was searching. This is not a sale or a coupon, it is invisible and nearly impossible to spot unless you check from a neutral device or clear your data. The only way to protect yourself is to limit tracking, compare prices in private browsing mode, and always cross-check with a friend or a different device. The price you see might not be the price anyone else gets. Now you know you can fight back. Across all these hidden tactics, one truth stands out. Every detail in a store is engineered to shape your decisions, often without you realizing it. The danger isn't just clever marketing, it's how easily your instincts are turned against you. Once you see the blueprint, you can never unsee it. Stay sharp, question everything, and take back control every time you shop. Let me know which secret surprised you most in the comments.